Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 623, for comics originally coming out the 23rd and 24th of March. But before Drew and I get into what's coming out in your local comic shops this Tuesday and Wednesday, Drew, you were able to chisel out 4 hours for Snyder Cut. I have yet to be able to do it, and you just reminded me that I forgot to watch Falcon Winter Soldier today.
Yeah, it was Wednesday. I couldn't sleep, tossing and turning. It was like 5 in the morning, Thursday morning. So it was like 5 in the morning. Screw it, I'm getting up and watching Snyder Cut, and I did. And drank a lot of coffee while I was watching it. But I'm glad I was able to watch it, in its entirety. I thought I was going to have to break it up, and so I'm glad I was able to do that. And I was really impressed. It was
cool.
I've already seen Justice League twice before this, and I also watched the Ultimate Edition of BVS, so I've seen that twice as well, but two different versions. And I thought the Ultimate Edition was pretty good, and that's what I expected from Snyder Cut. But I just thought it was just almost like a totally, and I really liked it. Really liked the character development. All the added stuff was pretty cool. It was a little bit where I was like, yeah, you probably could have cut this, but it's fun to see. Yeah. It was fun to see. So really great. I didn't mind the 4:3 aspect ratio at all. I didn't even notice it half the time. And so people whining around about that, they'll just whine everything, I guess. But it was really great. And I didn't want to spoil it for anybody, so please enjoy that and carve out some time and at least get the trial to HBO Max, because and then cancel after you watch it, because it's worth that, the free trial for HBO Max, just to see it. And then this morning I got back up and watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, and there was no sitcom parody at the beginning, so that was kind of strange.
They did not start in the 40s with this?
No, but it was really good.
How long was it?
An hour.
It was an hour, okay.
And it went by pretty quickly. I don't even think it was an hour. But yeah, they did a good job fleshing the characters out. They have more screen time than they've had in all the MCU movies up to this point. So I really enjoyed that, and there was enough of intrigue to propel you to the next one. I don't think there's going to be as much fan theories in this one, but there might be. There wasn't a ton of like Easter eggs and things to worry about, but I only watched it once, and I haven't done any deep dive on it or anything. So there might be stuff that is more than meets the eye, but I don't think so. It seemed more straightforward, but it was really good.
Did it play cinematic, or did it feel TV?
They did a really good job with the opening scene to like grab you, but then it got a little smaller as the episode went on, and it was kind of just some real smaller moments and character development, so it wasn't as overarching at that point. It's definitely a good one, and it not another fun one to watch week to week and not binge.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And you will have caught up by next week.
Yes. I will now remember that I have a Friday appointment again.
Yeah, it was weird, not having Wanda last week, and then like, oh yeah, something's out again. So, and I still have For All Mankind too on. Those are 2 appointment television. You got to watch them on their day. But it's time again for DC's solicits. We just talked about DC, I thought, a couple of weeks ago.
I thought we just did this.
Yeah, and now we have the DC Connect 11 April, the April edition. These are soliciting comics that will be on sale June this year.
It's still mid-March.
But yeah, we haven't even sent our March order in yet. So, and we're talking about June release. So that's pretty crazy. And right on the cover is your buddy Fortnite. They're making a big deal of this Fortnite thing. It's going to be a 6-issue series of Fortnite.
Yeah, Fortnite tie-in, the Dark Knight versus Fortnite's greatest heroes. All the Fortnite heroes seem pretty generic for the most part, so that's going to be kind of weird. Story by Donald Mustard, pencils by Riley Brown. So I mean, it's not like they're putting even their top creators on this. It doesn't seem so. It seems kind of tchotchke. I was talking to my 10-year-old about this, who is a big Fortniter, and by that I mean that's all he wants to do. Because we were talking about the skins that you get with each copy of these things. You got that because we had the .0 number. Zero. We just did something on FOC the other day for one, right?
I thought that was 1, but I guess not.
Yeah, that
I guess that was 0.
Exactly.
That was 0.
So that's before we even get into these 0 points or whatever we got going here. Because I told my son that if these turn out to be really cool, like exclusive skins in the comic spikes, he's not getting it. I'm going to flip it. So that was a difficult conversation to have. Because I said I buy comics and I do it, but sometimes Dad likes to flip them if they spike and get popular. And I said, and if like it turns out these are really cool skins that are really exclusive to this comic and they blow up for something, I said I will sell it on the secondary market out from under you. If not, you can have these. So we shall see. I'm going to teach him a few lessons in speculation first, which I haven't even taught myself lately.
Money over family? Is that the lesson?
Exactly. Learn at an early age. Blood's thicker than water, but nothing's thicker than money. But the other thing is, there's all these words. Each issue includes a redeemable code for a bonus digital cosmetic in Fortnite inspired by the comic. Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't say exclusive anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming these skins are still going to be available for quote-unquote V-Bucks or real money kind of thing. I was hoping they would be exclusive to the comic.
Well, it does say too that if you redeem all 6 of the digital code, you then unlock a new armored Batman's outfit. But it also doesn't say that is exclusive.
Yeah,
but you have to do all 6 codes to get it. So that's expensive.
Which is like my son did Mandalorian within Fortnite, and he had to do all kinds of tasks to unlock each piece of Beskar armor to complete the Beskar armor kit. And I assume it'll be similar to this Batman Zero, where you'll just kind of unlock all of his armored outfit until you get the whole thing. But yeah, the fact that it doesn't say these are exclusive to the comics, I think is makes them less of a draw.
I think so. I mean, it's inspired by the comics, so it's going to be Bat related.
Yeah.
Right.
And we've already purchased movie Batman and comic Batman through, 2 seasons ago skins. So he already has Batman and stuff like that in it. So it's not like this is even the first go at Batman anymore. But I think it just kind of sucks. I think we missed the boat. If these were super exclusive to the comics, and they could be, we could circle back and I could tell you that my son's infatuated with them and they're exclusive to comics and he's the only person that has these skins and yada yada yada, and then I can see him spiking huge from the Fortnite clan, who's usually very young.
Yeah,
it's usually very young kids, and might not be comic related, so there might be a lot of scramble for them. But without the word kind of exclusive to the comics, I worry that they'll just be like, oh, it's just this thing, but the kid can just spend a few V-Bucks and get it without doing comic stuff. Yeah,
but I mean, these aren't going to be in Walmart.
Correct.
So, I mean, how's a 10-year-old going to get a comic? If they're not a reader already, they're not going to be able to get their hands on these. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's going to be tough.
But, and then they're going to say, oh, where did you get this? Oh, I got it from a comic. Hey, let's go find a comic. If it turns out to be really cool, they'll clamor for them and they'll find a way. But yeah, I don't think anybody's stumbling upon them.
Unless you can buy them digitally. I mean, are these available through the DC app or Comixology or whatever? Do you still get the codes that you need?
That is a good question as well. Other than that, also the story seems a little weird. Like I said, the characters from Fortnite in my mind are usually pretty generic. We see we've got a new Harley Quinn skin for the Fortnite stuff. We've got Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe mixed in here a few times. With this 0 point number 3, we have Snake Eyes.
Yeah, there's some interesting characters on the covers.
I think I was off the wall with that, and we really get what's or 5 or 6. So maybe they'll sneak a couple other characters in there, but who knows?
Yeah, yeah. They're buying in to Fortnite though, going all in, and I hope it unlocks some readers for them.
Yeah, that would be
That would be awesome.
readers in.
But ain't many of them about Fortnite, kids.
Yeah.
This might be the first one and only.
Yeah.
So that's all 6. They'll all be out in the same month.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of interesting. And then I'm guessing collected in a trade.
Yeah. See, yeah, they're all. And see, it sucks. They're
So how they
$5
doing?
a piece.
How they doing?
$5 a piece, and there's 6 of them. So $30 worth of friggin' Fortnite comics for a story I don't care about. That might just skins and codes for the kid.
It's May, June.
Yeah, on sale like the
July.
last one.
The last one's July 6th.
Yeah, July 6th.
Yeah, so we're starting the first one, which is
And
the one I think we
weeks.
FOC'd, right?
Yeah, they're doing
That's 420. So the first one comes out 420. We may have FOC'd that one already.
Oh, okay.
And then we have
And
we
then
go to May.
I had you FOC all 3, I think, didn't I?
Yes.
And then I wonder if there's now I'm curious whether there's the same code for all 3 or whatever. Now, I'll find all this stuff in when those come out, and I'll report back with A, how the codes work and everything, and B, whether child's excited about it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you get for the single issue buy, and then is it cleared how to save the codes for the cumulative effect?
Gotcha. And then we'll call our good friends at CGC and see if they're dinging us on our grading if we pull the codes.
Redeem the codes. You want? Yeah. Do they have the stickers, or do you scrape it?
I'm hoping it's just a little card inside of it.
That'd be nice. And then we go to the first issue of Infinite Frontier. Seems like it's 2 months between 0 issue and first issue.
They want us to be excited. Please be excited.
And I'm not sure why that happened, but I'm hoping I remember everything by then. And then so that's the 6-issue miniseries. We're getting the first issue that we already have. The Zero's already out, and then we're going to do some crossovers. We have Infinite Frontier Secret Files. Is that the only one?
Yeah, at the moment.
And then we're starting a new Supergirl series. This one is Tom King written.
Okay.
With Bilquis Evely
Interesting.
on art, and I will read it. It's only 8 issues. Sounds good. See what he brings to Supergirl.
Why would Supergirl need it? Oh, well. Anyways, we'll find.
And we're doing an OGN for Whistle, new Gotham City hero. Yeah, so it's an OGN. 6x9 seems like a small form factor for a OGN, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
I wonder if that's like what your Scholastic books, like Catman or Dogman. What is it? Is it Catman or Dogman?
It's Dogman.
Dogman. What size are those?
Let's see. I picked one off the floor. They're probably about 7 inches tall, so I think they're smaller.
They're smaller than that. Yeah. And then we've got, what is this? Pride Month.
Yep. DC Pride.
Is that going to be a $10 quarterly?
DC Pride #1, $10. New hero.
Okay, so most of these folks, most of the writers are gay or have come out.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the LGBT realm. I don't know if the artists are or not. The writers I will recognize having come out.
DC celebrates Pride Month with 9 all-new stories starring fan-favorite LGBTQIA+ characters: Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Snyder, Extraño, Batwoman, Aqualad, Alan Scott, Obsidian, Future State Flash, Renee Montoya, Pied Piper, and many. This anthology will also feature the thrilling introduction of a new hero, Dreamer, in the DCU, as seen on CW's Supergirl.
That's who Nicole Maines is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
A pinup gallery with art by Travis Moore, Chris Anka, Kevin Wada, Sophie Campbell, Robles, and more. 6 exciting new profiles of CTV's LGBTQIA+ characters and the actors who play them. So they do not say anything about the writing team. And then they have Pride Month covers for a lot of the other DVDs. So
is this going to be big for the LGBT community? Will they be seeking these out? Is this going to be spec worthy?
At $10, no.
Yeah, that's a lot of covers.
And then we have a cardstock variant of a $10 book, which I assume that'll mean it's an $11 book.
Yeah, but usually, right? Maybe
Yeah.
12. Then we're going to get a Crush and Lobo. Is that a one-shot or a series? Oh, it's
Crush
an
and
eight
Lobo,
issue
number
series.
one of an 8-issue.
Yeah. Mariko Tamaki is doing this.
I hope these spike because I expect heavy on the Lobo cover, and I got the one in 25 for first appearance in what was it, the Young Justice League or whatever.
Oh, wasn't that in Titans?
Yeah, that's what it was, Titans.
Then we're going to do a Poison Ivy OGN called Thorns. Looks very artsy.
We have Truth and Justice number 5 for Batwoman again.
It can't be. We've got to have some regular comics here. It can't be all trades.
Well, that was finishing up their. They've got some trades and OGN stuff to finish out their Pride Month section. And
okay.
we start with Batman Reptilian, Garth Ennis, Liam Sharp. Oh, your boy Sinkovich is doing the one in 25.
Yeah, I saw that. That's cool. Yeah, Garth Ennis. Give me.
Batman: The Adventure Continues is getting a season 2. So it looks like, is that Talon we're segmenting there in the back? Or is that Court of Owls?
Where at? On the cover?
If you see the cover, like...
That's Dead Man.
But look at the general shape of the background.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Court of Owls, yep.
Okay,
so this is we haven't seen much from the Court of Owls since New 52, correct?
Well, the one Talon has been around.
Yeah. Correct, Talon, but we're not specifically saying Talon. We're saying we're back to the Court of Owls. And
I keep thinking they'll be a page with them on there pulling the strings on Nightwing book or something.
Do we care
about Batman: The Adventure Continues season 2? No.
Yeah, okay. I mean, the only reason I was even thinking about it was Court of Owls.
It's Alan Burnett and Paul Dini.
I mean, Paul Dini, some good stuff, maybe.
Yeah, animated stuff. I don't know if his comics good. I don't think they've stood out. Maybe they have. Then we get a 6-issue series for Checkmate. This Brian Michael Bendis is going to write this with art by Alex Maleev. So Checkmate, yes, I am check. I'm getting this one. I'm excited
the Dark
about
Forces of Leviathan have thrown through DC Universe, and now no one can be trusted. No one, not any person writing to you about this book. That's why you find out in Justice 3 that Green Arrow has been secretly funding a group called...
Spoilers!
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
No, that's okay. They wrote it in the solicit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's their fault.
Yep. Art looks good.
Art looks really good.
And then we have the 80th anniversary of Green Arrow.
Fantastic.
100-page super spectacular with writers like Jeff Lemire, Ben Percy, Greel, Phil Hester, Mariko Tamaki, Stephanie Phillips, Tom Taylor, Ram V, Viva Ayala, Brandon Thomas, Ben Grayson, and Larry O'Neill.
None of the old guys.
Yeah, they didn't even bring back Kevin Smith for an extra jump or anything.
That's true. The guy that did the longbow.
Mm-hmm. But we got a bunch of covers. So I assume we'll probably do the generations. So we'll have at least all the generations, those 8 or 10 covers.
Really?
Isn't that what we usually do for the 80th anniversary stuff?
Yeah. Now, they didn't do 80th for Hawkman, right? So
no.
I equate Hawkman and Green Arrow about the same level. Am I wrong?
In my mind, you're wrong.
Green Arrow's above.
Yes.
Because you like him.
No. Because he's more prominent in like Justice League and stuff. Also, bows are cool.
Oh, gotcha. Then we get the James Tynion Black Label book, The Nice House on the Lake. This was announced a little earlier as a creator-owned book. So DC said, don't take this to Image or elsewhere. We want your creator-owned stuff here, and you can keep ownership.
I'm in. I'm super in. I love that. I love that DC says, hey, James Tynion's our guy. And James.
Yeah, well, they said, well, stop selling Something That's Killing Children in the Department of Truth over there and sell it here. I'm sure DC's going to get a cut of somehow, but I guess they just won't own the rights if it gets off.
Yeah, and they'll say, we're going to eat that $11,000 printing fee or whatever. It's all good. But yeah, I'm going to jump on. And it's doing the thing you hate. It's being solicited as a one of 12.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is all. They're all being solicited this way. Nothing's. We haven't hit an ongoing yet. What is this interior art? It looks like an email.
Yeah, I think that stuff's kind of cool.
What is going on?
I like it.
I like the next one a little better. I like that. That's real art. Okay.
Would you rather see somebody reading an email to you than?
No, this works.
Yeah.
I guess. I thought that was like we haven't got the art done yet, so this is all we have.
So we're just photocopying the email we sent to James Denny in the 4th.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. So we got an action
annuals.
Yeah, it's annual time. So action Philip Kennedy Johnson.
Catwoman gets an annual. Flash gets an annual. Teen Titans Academy gets an annual. They're selling as the yearbook. I think that's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool. And you get an origin to Red X.
Hey, this is probably where we'll eventually find out who he is, maybe.
We don't know yet?
I
don't know if I've read the right books to know.
Wonder Woman Black and Gold, #1.
Okay, so we did Superman Red and Blue.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman Black and Gold. So who will we get a... we do Batman Black and White, don't
we? Yeah. And the Green Lantern. Injustice Year Zero hardcover from Taylor. Trade.
And then we have
Here's
Action.
A real comic.
Yeah.
Action 1032.
Yeah, Action 1032. We've got American Vampire #9. 1976 #9. Batman 109. What's happening here? A Brutal Battle for the Ages.
Okay, so and then once we start with these books here, like for Batman 109, we have the standard variant, or standard cover, we have our variant, and then we have our Pride variant, and then we have our 125 variant. So these are the things that have a Pride variant on them.
Now, Tom Taylor is not writing detective, but he's writing Batman the Detective. And this third issue has the introduction of a new villain. This villain is called Equilibrium. And is this a punchline style?
I'll jump in for a Tom Taylor created villain.
Well, has he rolled out any other villains anywhere that's... Well, he did that we liked over at that Wolverine book. What was her name? The little girl.
Oh, yeah.
Honey Badger. So he does do some cool stuff.
Batman Urban Legends #4. I like the Red Hood in these issues.
Yeah, I read the first one. It was pretty good. I like the Chip Zdarsky book a lot, and the Matthew Rosenberg book a lot. The stories and the other ones were okay, but those two stood out to me, and I enjoyed those a lot. A lot of pages, cost you a little bit of money. Yeah, Chip Zdarsky's really good. And,
yeah.
Sorry I ever had my doubts.
I remember many times you said, he's just an artist.
I've said that about most of the artists, because most of them don't make the transition. He's done a good job.
I don't know what we got to pull off here in Batman Superman 19, but for goodness sakes, we're going to somehow do Cowboys.
Yeah. Leave it to Gene Young Lang. You know?
Catwoman 32. Jenny Frison cardstock looks good.
We're bringing Hawk Girl into the Super Sons.
That's cool.
I'm excited about that. Crime Syndicate, I enjoyed that first issue a lot. It used to be good. I have not read the Detective since it changed and new creative teams. I need to probably sample that at some point. The cover looks pretty good, actually. Is that Dan Mora?
Yeah, it's Dan Mora's cover A, and then there's a Mr. Worth versus...
Yeah, the Dan Mora covers are great. I wish he was doing interiors, but the art teams are just like 15 people throwing at this to get it out on time, I think. We've got Bogdanovich, Jonathan Clampion, Dustin Nguyen, Carl Mostert, all on art for 40 pages. I guess that makes sense, especially if they're crediting both the colorist and the penciler.
They're doing it's shipping twice a month.
So they're also like a penciler and an inker, and they have the backup stories, which is a different penciler and inker. Yeah, it's possible. Okay. Far Sector, don't read it, but it's got a 12th issue. Future State Gotham, still happening. Are we concerned about confusion in the marketplace with future states and infinites? And
yeah, at this point, continuity, I just shrug.
Yeah, so many different themes.
I like the Solomon Grundy and Harley Quinn. That's cool.
Yeah,
Enough Grundy.
that's a good looking Grundy too. So there's a big final page reveal in Justice League 62, which didn't we read something about Justice League 62 somewhere?
Can't remember.
Justice League 63.
Naomi.
Naomi's back.
Yeah.
Yay. Now, I had the opportunity to read either Justice League or Nightwing today before hopping on.
Was it Tom Taylor's first Nightwing?
I chose Nightwing, and it was fantastic.
Yay.
So you need to carve out some time for that, too.
Before or after my 4 hours for Justice League, an hour for...
Yeah, well, it's 15 minutes of your time for the Nightwing.
Yeah, deal.
So I would do that. But all of the above.
There you go. Yeah.
I'd give you a thumbs up for all of the above. We already talked about this Justice League by Chip Zdarsky? We must have, because this is the second issue.
Yeah. I thought DC was paring down, but this feels like a friggin' long list.
Legends, yeah, we talked about Legends of the Dark Knight last time.
Man-Bat's gone. This is his last issue.
Mr. Miracle, there's Nightwing.
Sinister. The most sinister villain, Bloodhaven. Heartless.
Yeah, you need to hurry up and read it, because there's some cool stuff that's happening that you need to know about so I can talk about it.
Deal.
We're still doing Represent. I've enjoyed these. They've been pretty good. This is a collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to collect some of them. They were good. They're worth reading. Robin, I'm really looking forward to this. I hope Josh Williamson does a good job with it. Is this the end of Rorschach, or
9 of 12.
well, we've got 12. And I think that's about it.
Suicide Squad 4 has more Red X from Teen Titans. Superman 32, that is a cool variant cover. Like the Inhyukli cover.
Hey, I mean, I'm looking at these, and I like a lot of these books. I really do. But the writing talent at DC is seems like it's been cut in half.
Yeah.
Just don't have the maybe some of these people will bubble up and they'll be thought of as great writers. But I mean, I people, the blurbs that talk about John Ridley say he's great. See, I read some of this Second Son. I don't think it's that great. Rom V, I've already kind of made up my mind on him. Joelle Jones, we gave her a shot with Catwoman. She took 20 issues to tell a story. So I don't know if Wonder Girl's going to be any better. Hope so.
You're doing a wrap up, but we still got a whole lot more here.
I thought we were at the end, but there was a lot of Wonder Woman here. Wonder Girl and Wonder Woman.
Flash 771, Joker number 4, Batman Second Son, Swamp Thing 4, Wonder Girl 2.
No, wait a minute. This Deceased Unkillables is unpublished material. Oh, or did I just not read it? Did I not read Unkillables?
You just didn't read them.
When the hell did this come out?
I don't know, a while ago, I think.
I must have missed this one. It's the villain story during Deceased. Did I read this? Vandal
this
Savage.
collects Unkillables 1 through 3.
I don't remember this. Maybe could it be digital first?
No, I remember talking to some people about it.
Okay. So you've read it. Or you know people
I talked to people that I didn't. I was behind on Deceased, and then I just had people tell me what was going on.
Because I've probably read 4 different Deceased volumes, so I'm gonna have to look this up and read it. Doggone it. And we're collecting some of our Future State stuff, and we got some kids items. OMAC One Man Army Corps by Jack Kirby. Wow. That's one of his final projects for DC in the 70s. Presents a dystopian future when ordinary people are pushed to the violence to relieve their stress. And a corporate nobody called Buddy Blank is recruited by the Global Peace Agency to become the superpowered being known as OMAC, the One Man Army Corps. That's cool. Good old Kirby.
The New 52 10th Anniversary Deluxe Hardcover.
How far are you down? I don't see that. Did I miss it?
Just past a bunch of trades, Green Lantern, Last God, Sweet Tooth.
Okay, I see it. Yeah, it was 10 years ago, wasn't it? It was 2011.
collection of the New 52's greatest first issues.
Well, it'd be Batman. What else?
Nightwing.
I don't think Nightwing was in the first wave.
Oh, he might not have been the first wave. We shall see. Yeah, because we got Grant Morrison, Jeff Johns, Jeff Lemire, Azzarello, Scott Snyder.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm done with these.
It is June's a 5-week month.
Yeah, it all kinds of freaking...
So that's why.
My thoughts that DC was ever paring things down was completely wrong. There's a ton of stuff coming.
There's a lot of stuff. Yeah. Holy moly. That's our show, folks.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, let's get out of what DC's got coming up, and let's get over to the Hot 10.
Yeah, Hot 10 from our good friends at comicbookinvest.com. We'll be looking at their top 10 hot comics from March 18th. And at rank number 1, we have Captain America Sam Wilson, number 3 and 5, skyrocketing from $25 to $100 and $30 to $60 respectively. This first appearance of Joaquin Torres, the new Falcon, MCU fans at the moment.
Spoiler.
Is it?
A little bit. Not really.
I was going to say.
Nothing's happened, so speculations.
Interesting. At rank 2, we have Jen, Lock number 6. Well, I have no clue if the rarity is real or not on this book. All I know is that this was a $4 book, and then a week ago it started selling for $100 to $200 or more, and seems to have settled around the $200 range.
Never heard of it.
Is this going to go down as one of those urban myth books once all the copies have been flushed out? That's weird.
I've never heard of it.
Yep, that's one that just... What? At rank 3, we have X-Men number 4 from 1992. More than doubling in price since late February. 9.8 copies are now in the $350 to $400 range for a C-rated villain from the early 90s with a CGC census of 2,400 or more 9.8s. That's more crazy.
That means temporary, right? Yeah. Temporary at best.
Yeah, definitely. Captain America number 26 from 2005, the Bucky variant. We talked about this already. When this book was on the list 2 weeks ago, 9.8s were selling around $600. Now, $900 and likely going to be $1,000 within the once the show stops. Let's hope this book doesn't do an about face and fall back down. At rank 5, we have Harley Quinn number 1, the Yoshido Amano Green 1 per store variant. Weird, these are live, but the book doesn't reel next week. It's selling between $90 and $120.
Who is it? Yoshitaka Amano Green. That's the artist?
Yep. And then at rank 6, we have the Pop Kill number 4, the Adam Hughes Kickstarter variant. Continuing on its upward price trend, this is now a $300 book, up from $200 to $250. Very few available for sale at the moment. At rank 7, we have Dynamite number 2 and number 4 Dr. Seuss variants. Reports that the publisher asked for all copies of these covers to be destroyed. There are also virgin covers for both of these as well. Prices have gone up to about $30 to $35 for any of the 4 covers. Please comment their way. We're just reporting sales of.
I wonder how my
Your Ice Cream Man, Dr. Seuss?
Yeah. What about those?
Yeah. At rank 8, we have Starfire number 6 from 2016, the Emanuela Lupacchino variant. This has Pepe Le Pew on the front. Speaking of controversy, yes, folks, this throwaway crossover book is now selling for $50. What is going? Check out Looney Tunes number 9, number 14, number 183, etc.
Does that mean other Pepe Le Pew?
Yeah, I assume. Yep.
Covers?
At rank 9, we have the Ultimate Fallout number 4, the second printing cover A. 9.8s are $1,000 now. A month ago they were $600. 2 months ago $300. I would say this is a case of people that are now priced out of the first print and are okay settling for the second print. Truth, Red, White, and Black number 1 from Marvel. I love when speculators start their buying, and I think this book is right on that cusp. While an increase in raw copies is from 25 to 40 or 50, and 9.8s are now at an all-time high of 250, is nice. I would love to know where this book goes next. It wouldn't surprise me either way if Marvel introduced Isaiah Bradley or not, but it will be a fun next 6 weeks. And our honorable mentions, we have Scarlet Witch number 10 from 2016. Why do these David Aja covers just look so amazing? Anyways, this is a cover price book until a little over a week ago, and that's for $20 or higher. Very few of these listed. This might be one of those, one you may be able to find in the back.
I completely forgot about this Scarlet Witch series. I love this series.
Yeah. At rank 5 in their honorable, or at the other one in their honorable mentions, we have Colossal Comics number 5. The 4.0 this week for $1,700 is significant for several reasons. This is the lone graded copy. Overstreet doesn't even list this book. How is that even possible? And it is predicting the future. It says it's a futuristic right there on the cover.
Wow, if Overstreet doesn't have it, it must not exist.
Yeah, Overstreet's never wrong. All right, Drew, let's head on over to our FOC. Eric has gotten us our FOC list, but we don't have a sneak peek at Eric's thoughts on the FOC.
Oh, he did. He just sent it. If you can check your email real quick.
All right, scratch that. And that
hot off the press.
I was going to say about it being all up to you and me to do it. It's now out the door.
Thank God.
We still have our good friends at Deep Discount Comics to be our crutch for us on things. Of course, the things that they are pointing out to us, we have things like Batman the Detective number 1, cover A. Tom Taylor, of course, writing this 6-issue series, so that's cool. Wonder Woman 771, the Joshua Middleton cardstock cover B, a very cool cover. Kanto and the City of Giants, number 1 of 3 from IDW. Kanto is hot right now.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man number 61, second printing variant with that new suit on the cover. Nick Spencer written book. Guardians of the Galaxy number 13, the Liefeld Deadpool 30th anniversary variant. Cool. Spider-Man Spider's Shadow number 1, the Fairy variant from Pasquale Ferry on that Zdarsky written book. And Berserker number 2 from Boom Studios. We don't even have a cover, but there is a Boom Studios surprise incentive variant for $10. We don't have anything on the cover art or anything, but our good boy Eric is saying, yo, you got to pick it up regardless. And we have Phantom on Scan number 1 from Aftershock Comics, Cullen Bunn and Mark. Phantom of the Scan. But let's not take their word for it. Let's dig through the FOC, and Drew and I can find. Let's start with DC, and of course, DC. Anything you do for FOC is going to be due by 7, or is going to be due on Sunday for their FOC items. More Fortnite .0s.
Yeah, see, there's issue 2.
So this is issue 2 of the stuff that's also in the book we just went through.
I am probably going to read Batman and Mysteries. I'm probably going to read that first one.
That's
just
funny.
To see how it works. Because, you know, what was the one, where Elmer Fudd
Yep.
crossed over with Batman? That was great. So I'm going to check this out, see if it's any good. And then, so are you getting all these Fortnites? I'm just going to get one.
I was hoping I would get the one and be able to kind of assess what everything is before I ran for these. I don't know. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. You'll think about it for 24 hours.
No doubt.
So yeah, the Batman Do Detective. That's a tough one, right? Because I definitely want it. I just don't know how many. What is Tom Taylor going to do? Is this as close as he's ever going to get to Batman? So he's going to go all in and go all out and make it his own, or is he going to keep it safe so he can try to get the main title one of these days?
Now, Infinite Frontier Zero, considering a one-shot, but can a zero issue that has 7 subsequent issues be considered a one-shot when it's part of a series?
Yeah, right? Shouldn't that be 0 of 7?
Yeah.
Or 0 of 6?
I wouldn't consider one-shot, but that's just me being...
Yeah.
But you can jump on the second print of Infinite Frontier Zero in time to get in on the Infinite Frontier.
And it's smart that they're keeping it in the shops, because they've got a ways to get to the first issue. Joker number 2.
Good covers.
I enjoyed it. The first issue. I don't know that I liked the backup that much. It was okay, but I really liked the main story. I've heard good things about Superman Red and Blue. It just came out this week. I haven't got a chance to read it yet.
Down out of DC, and now Dark Horse with Jenny Zero.
And Chip Zdarsky's back in another Black Hammer. So it was last week or last month. Jeff Johns. Now we're back to Chip Zdarsky again. That's cool.
And he's doing the cover and writing.
Did we talk about Jenny Zero during the our previews once?
I don't believe we did.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting.
Down to the IDW of Kanto and the City of Giants. The standard cover, 1 in 10 and a 25.
Home is first issue from Image Comics, written by Julio Anta and Anna Wizinski. Not even close. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I think we talked about Jules Verne's Lighthouse. That was that Brian Haberlin thing. Oh, the second issue of Carmen. Okay. I just read the first issue a couple nights ago. And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what was happening. And I just went into it cold. And I thought it was really, really cool. What can I say about it that would get you interested in reading but not ruin anything? Because I don't know. Because I can't remember what... Yeah, I can't remember what the first... I don't even remember the first solicit. Like what it said it was about. The book was about. It was... It's good. It's well drawn. It's well written. It's an interesting topic. The first issue is pretty cool. I liked it. I don't know what I can say that doesn't like maybe you want to just unfold it, have the story unfold for you and without knowing anything. I don't think this really tells you much.
Take Drew's word for it.
Yeah, I don't know that though. I don't know that you'll love it. I loved it, but I don't know if everyone will. It was cool. I liked it, and I don't think I knew what it was going. I don't know how, because we talk about these books 5 different times before they come out.
Yeah,
you know, how do I not know this stuff by the time that they're out? Are we done on Marvel now?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm looking through Marvel and I'll figure out, looking at Star Wars Bounty Hunters and seeing difference going. We've already talked about most of that stuff. Yep.
Are people excited about Darkhawk on your Facebook group?
No, not so much. Still focusing on the old Darkhawk.
Old Darkhawk. Waiting for it to spike.
Yep. But I don't know.
This nonstop Spider-Man second issue. The first issue was really good, and it's that Joe Kelly book. And I know we talked about how good they did with the Deadpool series a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I think this is going to be a really good series. The first issue I thought was really good. So
very good to hear. Holy crap, Berserker is still going crazy for its second number 2 issue with the covers. Dang.
Did you already talk about Spider-Man Spider's Shadow?
No.
So the concept is, what if Peter Parker became Venom? And it's written by Chip Zdarsky. And so he once put the alien suit on and nearly destroyed his life. What if he'd never taken it off? What do you think?
He'd be happier.
Do you think you'd read that?
Yeah.
I think I'd read that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see what you're saying about the Berserker number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So these are returnable by Boom. So there are 250 copy incentives that you can order 250 copies to get
the incentive.
You can get your... Well, why don't you just order 500? Order 500 Berserker number 2s. You get, if you're a comic shop, you get 2 250s, 3 150s, 5 100s, 10 50s, 1 in 50s. What is that? 20, 1 in 25s. You can keep one of each of the A, B, C, D, and D covers for your racks. Keep 2 if you want. And then send them all back.
And then just
send all the other covers back and just keep your incentive covers and sell those. And yeah, it's an easy scam. Do it. You're only out a little shipping, right?
This is
Send it
making
media
money
mail.
hand over fist by your...
Ship it media mail and you're in good shape.
Yeah, jeez.
I should have a comic. They'd probably just be stacked in the back room. Oh, I got to get around this thing. Oh, yeah. But on paper, it sounds pretty easy.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Scout's Honor #4 from Aftershock. I read the first two. I need to get on 3 and 4.
Oh, yeah, the second one was good, too. Oh, nice. Undone by Blood. The Other Side of Eden. Really good. First issue, the second. And there's a... Is that a hard case crime? Minky Woodcock? Yeah. The girl who electrified Tesla. That should be good.
Yeah.
Haven't seen one of those for a while. I must have been taking a break, or I've just not... No.
I don't think they have.
And then we have Man Goat and Bunny Man, #1.
What? I missed that one.
Yeah, it's a Zenescope book. Yeah. The cover is amazing. This could sell it on its own, just that cover. And I think there's something here.
Did you read the solicit? Bigfoot, the Jersey Devil, the Loch Ness Monster, all are age-old folklore fodder. But could they actually be real? In recent years, the myth of Man Goat and the Bunny Man has grown locally, and many have claimed sightings of the two unique creatures, yet no concrete evidence exists. And that's exactly how they want it. Dealing with the things nightmares are made of, so we don't have to. Deranged mutants, satanic cults, demons, summer vacationers. Man Goat and the Bunny Man protect us from the evils that hide in plain sight, but they don't want your adoration, they just want to be left. Now, Zenescope is normally this is never going to pan out, but you might have me on this 3-issue series here.
I don't know which cover is more desirable, A or B. That's my problem. And they cranked this up to a $6 book. That's
I didn't like
problem.
that. That was the thing I was going to say.
So if this was a $4 book, it'd be a no-brainer. I'd probably buy both.
And in pure, Zenescope fashion, even though they only have 2 covers, one of them's cheesecake.
Yeah. It's pretty great cheesecake, though. High-quality cheese. So that's a challenge. Oh, man, I really wish.
Yep.
It's harder to take a flyer. I have to think about it. And you're right. Historically, we never have any luck with Zenescope panning out from a spec standpoint. But both of those covers are very cool. Could get picked up. Could be some interest.
Could be.
Yeah. All right. What's next? Cover price?
Yep, and you're going to read us our top 10 for cover price.
I get to do the top 10?
Sure, I like to switch back and forth.
Yay. At rank 10, we have Canto #1. Per Deadline, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith's studios have optioned rights to the graphic novel and are adapting the fantasy series as an animated feature. The #1 copy went raw. The #1 raw copy went for $380, and a 9.8 went for $1,200. Kyle, you have this.
I think I have. I gotta look.
Dig it out.
Yes.
And sell it.
Yeah.
There's 6,000 copies out there in the world, and I think you have one of them.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they say that many of those were damaged, was shipped back in the day, and it's called the infamous Canto crease because midway down the spine, most of the copies of the comic have a crease in, making 9/8 extremely rare.
Must dig.
That sounds made. Marvel Voices #1. This book has 2 things going for it. It's both a cameo appearance of Children of the Atom, as well as the first appearance of the Goddess Spider. Sold 43 copies. Had a high sale of $58 for a near mint raw. West Coast Avengers 45. White Vision is still trending. It's unknown when and how, or if, we'll see him again. But fans believe he'll stay white. Hence, this continues to move 72 copies at a high sale of $560 for a CBCS. Ultimate Fallout 4 continues to sell. We're at $3,200 for a CGC 98 now. At #6, we have Spidey Super Stories #1 from 1974. This has spurred plenty of online debates because it's the first black Spider-Man. Yeah. So this sold 46 copies and had a high sale of $157. Rank 5, we have Slam #1, a boom book from 2016, which is the roller derby comic, which I loved, if you remember, back in the day.
Yep.
It's now in the works at HBO Max, but as an animated series with Pamela Ribon. This sold like 8 times cover, and the CGC 98 sold for $150. Rank 4, ENIAC number 1 from Bad Idea continues to sell well. We sold 122 copies, $225 for a raw copy. Lenore number 1 from Slave Labor Publishing in 1998. Neil Gaiman was been attached to this comic since the 2011 San Diego Comic-Con when it was announced by creator Roman Dirge that Gaiman would... Not Neil Gaiman. Yeah, and it would act as executive producer with Sony Family Entertainment producing the feature film. The script was ultimately rejected, and here we are 10 years later, still with Gaiman on board, but with Canadian multinational E1 now developing the process. Great news for Lenore fans. Recent spike. It sold 25 copies, had a high sale of $200 for a CGC 9.8. That's interesting. Mystery Girl number 1 from Dark Horse in 2015. Tiffany Haddish to produce and star in Mystery Girl. Sold 27 copies. Had a high sale of $43.95 for a raw copy. And Nottingham is number 1, Kyle. Our Mad Cave book from last week that we were talking about. You would think this book is trending due to content news, but nope. This new series features a new twist on Robin Hood. Was just a scorcher. Sold 78 copies. Had a high sale of $50 for a raw copy. We were talking about this one.
We talked about it being a new twist on Robin.
Yes.
All right, for our backups, our honorable mentions, our runners-up at rank 11, we have the third print of Canto number 1. So we talked all that about the first print. The recent development news lit fire under many Canto keys, including the low-printed third print, moving 23 copies. CGC 9.8 going for $215. 1992's X-Men number 4, as we begin Falcon Winter Soldier this week, we'll get to see what speculation plays out and what doesn't. Omega Red's rumored appearance is at the top of that list. X appearances didn't quite work out in WandaVision, so it'll be interesting to see if books move so wildly for Falcon like it did for Wanda. Still, Omega's first sold 54 copies, $401.50 for C98. Spawn number 1, CGC 9.8, up to $245. At rank 14, Action Comics number 9 from 2012. It'll most likely be a while until we know which Superman the next film will focus on. However, Calvin Ellis remains the frontrunner, at least market-wide. His first full appearance is in this issue, which moved 52 copies, $550 for CGC 9.8. Batman 106 from just a couple weeks ago, the first appearance of Miracle Molly, continues to have steady sales. 57 moving, $20 for a raw. So she's the next punchline. Infinite Frontier 0. This issue features the first cameo of the highly anticipated Titans Academy. Moved 51 copies, $15 for raw. Marvel Voices number 1, Kari Randolph issue. As noted, this issue features the cameo appearance of the Children of the Atom, as well as the first appearance of the Goddess Spider, the spider that bit Peter Parker, and Cindy Moon. So that spider has a first appearance?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's weird. This Randolph cover sold 15 copies, $25 for a raw. Champions number 1 from 2016. This particular super team is a fan favorite lineup of the new heroes of Marvel. This week continued to raise with 28 copies, moving a CGC 9.8, going for $255. I have a couple issues of this sitting around. Ultimate Fallout 4, the second print, Pacelli, we talked about earlier, the second print, $500 for 9.8 and continuing to rise. And Ultimate Fallout 4, the Bagley second print, $1,300 for a CG 9.8. So anything early with Miles.
Yeah, get it.
All right, Drew, we've talked about what the current market holds as far as hot books and everything, but now let's look a few days into the future with me and see what we can suss out in our sneak peek at next week, because we need to find the next books that are going to be on our hot 10s and our cover price.
I want to take a quick second to shout out our Patreon while I got a chance. I almost forgot.
Yeah.
Please go to patreon.com/comicsfunprofit to check out our Patreon page. We want you to join up and be a patron of us at any level. This gets you into our Slack channel. This gets you early access and exclusive access to episodes that you wouldn't normally hear. This gets you entered in our prize giveaway. We're giving away some 9.8 CGC comics that we're going to be pulling the first one this month. So just 10 days we'll be pulling, or 11 days we'll be pulling the first winner. So we want to get you entered in that to win your choice of Dark Tower, Gunslinger Born #1, Batman #98, Powers of X #2, Red Sonja Age of Chaos #1, Wonder Woman #761, House of X #5, Catwoman #17, Basket Full of Heads #1, and Star #1. You could have any of those. These are cover A's and B's and variants. There's posts on our various social media channels where you can see the different images of those slabs and to choose from. So make sure you get in if you want to and become a patron of Comics for Fun and Profit. We appreciate everyone who does that. Lots of fun stuff. You're unlocking lots of things for us. Why we're doing some of the extra stuff that we've been doing is because of our patrons. So we hope that you can be a part of that. Continue now. Let's slide over to Lunar.
Yeah, let's head on over to lunardistributions.com. Let's find the new releases for March the 23rd and see what DC has to offer this coming Tuesday, starting with Action Comics 1029.
A Joker War Detective. Fantastic on that hardcover.
In the big book, of course, Future State Teen Titans Ruins #1 with a big red X, another one of these red X covers here.
Yeah, they kind of look alike, don't they?
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Dan Mora or Lee Bermejo drawing Batman. Those both look good for Detective 1034.
Love when Derek Chew does Harley, so I love that cover B.
Do you prefer him over Frank Cho Harley?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. He was your favorite for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really like the way Cho did his last run necessarily. It's still good, but just not as. Boy, Red X is on friggin' everything this week. Teen Titans Academy 1, Teen Titans Academy 1 cover B. We talked about that Future State Teen Titans Ruins.
We think that this Harley Quinn relaunch is going to do anything with Stephanie Phillips.
Nope. Still all agey. Still dumb.
Think it's going to be too safe?
Yep.
So great. You're right about that Derek Chew cover, though.
All right, we've taken a look at some of our DC titles. Let's go look at the other publishers to see what else is coming out this.
Crossover gets a second printing for its first issue and a second printing for its third issue, but nobody wants a second printing of its second issue, I guess. We get a Die for the first time in quite some time, so its 14th issue is out. That's awesome. We get the Mime focused issue of Haha #3.
Oh my. Moonshine is out with a new story arc. Brian Azzarello.
I kind of thought that was done.
I did too, but apparently there's more to say.
More to do.
But like, we have to support this kind of thing. This is what we've said. Keep it an ongoing. If you got to take a little break, keep it an ongoing. Don't cap it and start it again.
Do you recognize the Stray Dogs horror movie?
I think that's just Pet Sematary.
Is it more Pet Sematary?
The first one was Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, this okay. That's right.
And then this one, Pet Sematary.
Gotcha.
Again, but I'm not sure because horror is my least thing I want.
Yeah.
I scare very easy.
Very fragile.
Yes. Lady Baltimore Witch Queen #1 from Dark Horse. Interesting. Might be interesting. Written by Mike Mignola and Christopher Golden.
Best of Michelangelo. Is that a red cover or an orange
That's
cover?
Red's Wrath.
How dare me?
What is wrong with you?
Is a Roethlisberger cover for Sonic the Hedgehog? Oh, that's the guy's name. Thomas Roethlisberger. Any relation, you think, to our quarterback?
Who knows? Alien #1. All kinds of covers.
Yeah, we were. I'm still curious about this one because, I know the property's not as iconic as Star Wars.
And these aren't our first appearances because we have our Dark Horses.
Well, yeah, but, when Star Wars came back, it made a big splash, right?
With its old first appearances.
Yeah, that's true. Gleason not doing anything special with the Amazing Spider-Man cover, right? Just new costume. And we've seen the costume enough to think it's not going to be anything.
Correct.
Carnage, Black and White and Blood, number 1 of 4. Who's doing this? Al Ewing, Ben Percy, and Teenie Howard. Struggling, at least in Marvel.
Let's keep going down. Firefly brand new verse number 1. This is Josh writing this. He's written Firefly before.
I'm down in Rabid World number 1. This is a Scout comic book written by Todd Sinani with art by Oleg Okunev. It was like any other morning until it wasn't. Growing from the rural areas, it was a simple dog bite, but at the end of the day, civilization was collapsing. The outbreak left people rabid, devoid of their humanity, left only with violent rage. I like me some virus outbreaks.
There you go. Rage is good.
Yeah, very, very Walking Dead-ish, or every zombie movie.
Vietnam horror number 1 from Behemoth Comics. In Vietnam, a unit of American soldiers is running an underground reconnaissance using men known as tunnel rats, Jones being one of them. Strange movements and unusual songs and from a nearby mountain can be sent into the tunnel to search for members of the Viet Cong. And however, inside the mountain, they'll find something they could never prepare for. Tunnel rat book's cool. And The Edge, number 1 from Second Sight Books. Marvin Wynn writing this. Infected by the super steroid, The Edge, Revenant is on a rampage to eliminate Richard Tartable. Can the strike team placed between them stop Revenant, or will they all spread the infection in The Edge further? Anything else, Drew?
No. Nope.
All right, Drew, this is where I ask you the tough questions. What's your pick of the week? What's the one book to make sure you are checking out, putting in your backpack, in a bag, and a board, and a top loader? Because it's...
Man, I'm tempted on the Vietnam horror number 1.
Yeah, it was neat.
Well, I think I'm going to go with Rabid World instead from Scout Comics.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a sucker for survival after a virus outbreak. Yeah.
You like it when not everybody dies and they come back.
Yeah, they hole up in a hospital or a prison or shopping mall.
Shopping mall is a good one.
Yeah.
Don't want to go back to DC books last week, but we got all these Red X things over there. This is a tough week for me. Do this. I forgot about this. Okay, I'm going to do this. We forgot to talk about it on the way through. Cold Dead War, number 1.
Where am I at?
From down in the smaller publishers. Heavy Metal Magazine's putting this out. George Romero.
Oh, wow.
Trained to kill enemies of American democracy and freedom, the Pacific Pearl team continues to carry on their mission, even now, long after they've already given their lives to the cause. A horror war series set across the past, present, and futures. A free occurrence reanimates an island of freshly killed soldiers in the wake of the Battle of Midway in World War II. Cold Dead War is the official sequel to the well-known heavy metal film.
I remember that.
Yep. And George C. Romero is the son, I think. He inherited the catalog and picked it up and ran with it.
Very cool.
So, Cold Dead War number 1 from Heavy Metal. I ordered this. That's why it popped out to me.
Looks good.
We want to thank you guys for sticking with Drew and myself as we went through all the books coming out here through this midway through March. We thank you guys so much. If you had a book that you think is the better book this week, write us in, be part of the podcast. Tell us what you think, if we missed something, or if you agree with us, write in and say, hey, we agree with you. You picked a good book. We like what you're doing. We always love to hear that stuff. Drew talked earlier about our Patreon, and all of our links can be found there as well. So thank you so much for Drew and for myself. See you.